Hi everybody and welcome back to Isola.design. Today we are going to interview for the first of the four appointments with the students from the Master of Biodesign of the Central St. Martins of London. And today we're going to talk about to go beyond the human-centered design. And so we're going to know the experience of the students and at the university. And so I would like to welcome our guest. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thank you to be with us. I'm really happy to have you again. I already saw Cinta in another live, but I'm really happy to see also the other students. So hi to everybody.
Hi.
So I will start I would like to know you better also because I don't know each of you. And so I would like to ask each of you a presentation and to talk about your project because I know that now you just worked about a project for your final exam of the master. So I would like to know more about it. So Cinzia, can you start?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Cinzia. I'm an Italian biodesigner, and my thesis was about cyanobacteria biomineralization. So I investigated this process as a new biofabrication method in order to make sunglasses frames.
Okay, thank you, Cinzia and Carolina.
Yeah, hello, I'm Carolina from Barcelona. And so in my final project, I explored pulses, which are food like lentils, chickpeas, etc. And as well, putting them through a process of fermentation in order to create a food product that is both delicious, but as well very nutritious and especially very sustainable. So I thought about the food system and how we can use those very humble and basic foods and make them amazing for everyone to consume. So yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you. And Marie?
Hello, good afternoon. So I'm Marie. I'm from France. And my project aims at bioremediating air pollution, specifically in London underground stations. And I was trying to see how we could reuse volatile pollutants as a new resource. So I was designing a structure which is filtering the air, but which is also deconstructible and which can be usable as pastels after the bioremediation process.
Oh, that's really cool. Thank you. Margo?
Hi. So I'm Margo. I'm from France too. And for my final project, I did a bioresistive candle, which means that the material was designed in order for lichen and moss to grow on it to be biodegradable. And those candles, once consumed, empowered city dwellers to preserve solitary bees because they are in great danger now. And so it's to restore their population in cities. So yeah.
Oh, wow. It's really nice that you have really such diverse projects. So you go from maybe the glasses, maybe from fashion to food, pollution to it's really cool this. And so why at first did you start why did you enroll at this master? What was the your purpose? So Cinzia, could you start? Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, so I enrolled in this master because right after my graduation, so I graduated from Politecnico in interior design.
Yes.
And right after that, I took a gap year, and I volunteered in biology, marine biology research. And during that time, I realized that there was something missing in my education, and I wanted to do something more related to nature and to biology. And so at first I panicked a little bit because I thought, okay, I need to start something from scratch. But then I moved to London, and I found out about these masters, and I thought that was exactly what I was looking for. So that's why I enrolled.
Yeah, I can understand why you were panicking. I think it was really hard to start something really totally new in a different field. So I really can understand. And so Carolina, also, what do you think? What was the first purpose?
So for me, I've always loved biology. So I was always gonna go study biology, but I changed last minute to study design. So through years, I was kind of able to retake part of the biology, and especially through the experimentation with biomaterials. That's how I kind of first connected them. And then I got introduced into this world where kind of biological systems can be applied to design almost anything, really. And so, yeah, so I find it fascinating. And I was looking for this master's and I found it, and I was so happy to be able to
Yeah,
do the
you
course.
could match your two passions. So master, so the design and biology. It's pretty great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Marie?
So I have a textile design background. So I always been interested in developing new kind of material in a sustainable way. And just before my graduation, I started to be interested in developing vegetable leather design, and that's why it's really interesting as well. So yes.
Okay. Yes, and Margot?
So I always, as Carolina, always loved biology, but I wasn't good enough in school. So I wanted to be a vet, but then I was like, I don't have the grades. So I did sustainable design, but it was really about strategic innovation. So it was looking at systems, how we could, with what exists, how can we make a more sustainable product or a sustainable service. And I was always interested in biomimicry, but I couldn't find this in this course. So when I always looked for a course where you had biomimicry or something bio-inspired, and I like found this master, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it like exists. But at first I wasn't like, I was really scared that it would be like too scientific, but at least like I've learned so much, and the scientific we've been working with are so nice and they explain so well. And so yeah, now it's like I can't believe I didn't knew about this course before, like this discipline. It's, I know, it's amazing. I really like it.
Yeah, I can understand also the thing that you say that you were scared. So I want to know better about your, because I can understand it's totally a new course, a new master. And so, what was the thing that scared the most? Maybe Carolina and Margot, you were passionate about biology already, so it was different from maybe Chins and Marie. So, what was your maybe the biggest fear to when you started this course? What do you think? All of you.
Okay. Well, I think that was that. I was scared. I didn't know who else would have joined the course, so I kind of thought. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if the others already had experience on it, or and if it would have been the only one. Because also being biodesign, I was expecting to, having to know more things about biology and science already, or I didn't know how I could catch up on that, and so I was scared of being a little bit behind. And it was nice to see that it was a good mix, but we were not expected to know
Everything. Yeah.
anything.
Oh yeah, of course. But I think in everything new, it's always you are jumping into something that you don't know, and I think something that maybe I don't know. I'm like your age, so I can understand also your fears. It's something that you come from different parts of the world and from different countries. So I suggest maybe also this could scare you at first when you start the course. No, maybe some of you.
I think like the fact I was really happy because when I came I was really scared, like I didn't know what to expect in terms of like who would be the student that would go there, if it would be only like, I was really scared that it would be like super industrial product designer, really focused on science, knowing everything already, like being super, but in fact like there was so many different backgrounds and culture which made it so rich. So I think this is why we all have so different projects, is because we all come from different backgrounds, which makes like we're sensible to a particular topic, which I think was great for us to like be challenged or learn other stuff that could be really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the richness, I think, of the course.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
What do you think, Carolina or Marie?
No, I agree with Margot. I think part of the what I find more amazing about this masters is my colleagues and how much I've learned from them. And of course, kind of going together for this first year was tough at times. But I think we had each other's back, and we helped each other when we had like weaknesses, like graphic design. Then Marie was always there to help me, or then I could help with other stuff. So in that thing, I think we were like a very tight pack, and that was one of the most amazing things of the masters. Yeah.
That's really important. Also, maybe because you were not so much, you were 16, so you know better each other. So how was the relationship between all of you during these 2 years? Also because you started like right before the pandemic, so you like challenged a really big, really big challenge and really big step. So how was it?
I think we had the chance to start the master with group projects to know everybody better, and also to mix discipline within the project we were working on. So like, for example, in our group, we were mixing product designer with graphic designer with or even textile designer. So I think it was the first step also to know each other from their background, which was really so I joined Marco on that, but yeah, it was really interesting to see how we could build something together, but from different perspective, with the same common issue to answer. So yeah, in that way, it was really rich and interesting as well.
Oh, yeah, I understand. And how have been so these 2 years? About this the last year of pandemic? How did you experience? Was it bad to be, I don't know, far away, to couldn't meet, or was any trouble about the lab, about going there, about maybe make some experiments? I don't know.
Yeah. So that was weird, well, definitely unexpected, and it took some time to adjust. For me, like, so the lockdown gave me time to work on the project, so I felt like there was nothing else I could do. So just that became my life, and maybe a little bit too much. But at the same time, going back to school really helped to make the project better, or to finish better, because I felt like we were a little bit disconnected, and meeting again kind of made us realize we were all on the same boat, and we were all going through the same struggles, and we were all worried about the same things. So that actually gave us that push, or that motivation that we needed, and that alone from so far we couldn't really find. And I think that, so yeah, during the lockdown, maybe was that kind of human natural interaction that you don't see, because everything is a little bit more polished and more fake if you just look at it through the screen or during the video call. So that was the main.
But maybe you had also the chance at first time, because you knew each other at the first time you went to the class at first, really, right? And then you had to do online. So maybe this kind of switch could help you also to focus on the projects, I believe. But it's good that now you could have presented your projects in live, and you could like work together in the last month. I'm really glad about this, and I saw also your tutors are really happy about this. I believe, and all your work you made in the last month, and so what was maybe the relationship, the thing that you loved the most in the relationship also with the tutor or the scientist in the lab during these 2 years?
Yeah, I think we can all agree that in the lab we had a very good person that would kind of allow us to make mistakes, to be free, to explore, yeah, I almost exploded like a food processor once. Like, but like we were allowed to do things, but always he would like always be checking that everything was going okay, and recommending us in the best way that it was possible. So in that sense, I think when it comes to the science, like us designers playing to be scientists, he was a very good person too. That was checking
Yeah,
on all of us, on our projects, on our process and stuff. So yeah, we were very lucky to have that at CSM.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, he
No,
felt
that's
like
really
we could learn a lot about, like, like there wasn't any stupid question. So even like you were like, it's really stupid what I'm asking, but he was like, no, no worries, or yeah. We had an amazing team for this. Like, honestly, like the teachers were really, really amazing.
that's really important. And Marie, how do you agree with them?
Yeah, of course. I was not really working with scientists during my project, at least not during the process, but much more at the beginning of my project to contextualize and to understand really the issue I was trying to solve. So I was in contact with public health doctors to help me to understand this really specific topic. So, and again, I joined Margo to say that there is no stupid question. Like, I don't have a scientific background. I have a design background. So yeah, I was a bit lost sometime, I guess, as everybody, I guess, at some point, about the scientific aspect. So linking with people, and especially people specialists about your project, really, at least me, really helped me. So I would say just don't be afraid to ask, even if you feel that, if you think that your question are stupid. I mean, I
Never
don't know,
are.
here to help you. So
This, this is the most important thing I believe in a course, because you are there to learn. So it's really important also because it's a new bag, something really new. Maybe you are a designer and maybe someone is more into biology. So this is important in this master. And maybe so some of you have some funny story about being maybe the first time in the lab or with the tutor, or maybe some mistakes you made at first and you remember laughing at that. Is there anyone?
Well, there is one thing that like, so the organism that I worked with survived like 5 mass extinctions, like there were mass extinctions on Earth. And when I received my first batch, which was in September last year, from a university here in London, and I was so happy, I went to our lab and I said to our technician, we need to set up, the growth. And after 2 weeks, they were dead. So they didn't survive me. They survived extinctions, but I managed. Yes, but it's okay. Then like it took time, but then that was also part of the process to learn how to make them happy and give them the right nutrients. But yes, so that was
Like
unexpected.
they were
But they were more.
your sons and your daughters, and you had to learn how to keep them alive, I believe.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
And someone else?
Yeah, I think for me was the day that the lab technician had a day off, so there was assistant only, and I exploded the food processor, which made all the electricity go down. So all the incubators with all the organisms, all the stocks of the organisms went off, and it was really stressful. And the assistant didn't know how to put the power on again. So for 5 minutes, it was like really, really stressful until he figured out how to manage.
My
But
God.
this incubator that is minus, I don't know how many degrees,
I,
minus 100 or something like that, where all the stock, all the organisms are there. It just went off, and we could see the temperature was rising, and we're like, woo! But anyways, we fixed it at the end.
my God, I can believe the really technical stuff that maybe could be a little mistake. It could turn everything off. So it's really bad. But
Yeah, all the student projects are messed up then.
oh my God, I can't believe. And Marie or Margot?
So my So I had, because a big part of my project was about solitary bees, I did experimentation with them, and so I spent a lot of time outside observing them. And so before this project, I had no idea solitary bees existed. So basically, they live in like tubes, like tubular nests, so bamboo tubes or wood or anything. And so I was like looking, and first of all, they fight, like literally they fight, which I didn't know. And also one time I was like looking, and there were different bees coming in my nest, and I was like, oh, amazing. And one time there was this weird bee that really looked like wasps, and I was like, oh my god, there's going to be a nest, like a huge nest in my. They like picked this, and I'm going to have. But apparently it's just solitary wasps, so apparently it also exists, which I didn't know. But at first I was really stressed that they would build an entire like wasp nest around my prototype. So, but yeah.
I would be really scared about this. I would escape in this situation. I believe.
yeah. I was pretty scared at first, but then I was like, okay, chill. They were way smaller, so I was like, maybe it's like small baby wasps. I don't know, but yeah.
Okay.
So,
Marie.
Yeah, I was working in another project which was involving different chemicals. And as I said, I don't have a scientific background, so if you use these chemicals separately, it's totally safe and yeah, it's okay. But I had to mix a bit of everything together, and I was storing all these chemicals at the same place, which is not recommended. So I almost created a bomb. So the lab technician
at your place. It wasn't even in the lab.
Also in the lab, because I was a bit afraid. I started to think that it was maybe not so safe, so I moved all the chemicals in the lab. And then after, the lab technician just helped me so much it made me realize that it was not safe, obviously. so it was okay at the end, because I didn't do this mix, and it went fine anyway.
Oh my god, the important is that at the end it went everything well. And so I want the last question to all of you. And what is the thing that you like bring to yourself at the end of this course, at this master, that you learned from this master, or from the scientist, or from the tutor, or from the other colleagues? Who wants to start?
For me, it was like it helped me to realize to not, like also Marie was saying before, to not be scared of approaching the unknown, so new fields or new people or other specialists. So just trying, and if you feel like you want to know more, or you feel like you want to ask, then go for it. It's not as complicated as it sounds, and it goes well, and it feels great to feel like you're always learning and speaking with new people, and so that, I think it was we got we were put in the situation in which everything is new, everything is evolving, and we kind of had to just be on this pace and keep doing that, and I think it's great. So I would say this is what I'll take with me.
Oh, that's really nice. And Carolina?
I think for me, first of all, having studied in a university like St. Joseph Martins, that's something that all the facilities and everything is just amazing. So I'm very grateful for that. And as well, I think that again, the colleagues, I think that's one of the best things. So it's kind of nice to have a pack that has survived COVID and our first masters, brand new, and we're still in good terms, helping each other and hanging with each other. So I think that
working with each other.
Yeah, exactly. Working with each other, we can of course collaborate in the future. So for me, that's the most important thing that I bring with me.
Of course, and that's really nice. And Marie?
I totally agree with Carolina. The social aspect was really important, especially during this lockdown. And then I think it also helped me to realize that we can go we can really go beyond the category to which we are often associated sometimes, according to our background or our studies. So like going beyond that and testing new things. Like I was trying to go in urban design, which is something that I didn't know anything about before studying this project. So like he just keep going with a new field of research, new field of studies. It's something that was really important for me and that I'm keeping now.
Of course. Thank you. And Margot?
Yeah, so I completely agree with the social side and how important collaboration was. And I think like what by design and those 2 years, when I look back, I'm like, how much I've learned in those 2 years, it's amazing. Like we've done mycelium, we've done bacteria dye, we've done bioplastic, we've done like so many different topics, which were completely different. And I think this is great because it showed me that the range of innovation is huge. Like
Yes.
if you go in nature and you see how like they do and everything, you know that you can apply it, and it's not only scientific that can do it, it's also designers, with the help of scientific, of course, but like how important collaboration is and how like you can create and innovate endless, like you have endless possibilities, which I think for me was like brain minded. I don't know. I was like impressed of how much we learned in those 2 years, which
Yeah, I think this is really important. All the feedbacks you gave are really important ones, from the social ones to the thing you learn from the fact that you will maybe work or collaborate together in the future. That's really nice. So I want to thank you all for this first appointment, and I will meet also your colleagues in the next days, next weeks. And so I want to thank you again and wish you good luck for everything and hope to see you soon. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.